what I want to do right now is to actually clean the surface of the side of this engine. And then once it's clean, I want to install the timing chain and put the timing chain cover back on. I was able to get the new timing chain on. Welcome back to another episode of Broken Mirror, guys. If you are new to the channel and you like seeing cars go from being worth $500 to $5,000 in a short amount of time, then you're in the right place. Make sure to go down, hit the subscribe button. Make sure to click the notification bell just to get alerted when every new episode comes out. I'm trying to do 2 again a week, kind of see how it all works out in the end, but hopefully I can. Also, if you're new to the channel, we've previously been working on my 2011 Kia Forte that I picked up for, I think it was 1,200 bucks, maybe 15, maybe even 1,700 bucks. But the guy was originally asking $4,500, but when I got there, kind of figured out that it needed a lot more work, and then he was kind of trying to hide it, and he was opening up to being honest about that side. But upon further investigation, I found out that it probably needed a timing chain, might need a knock sensor, might need a couple of little things, but definitely the timing was off. There was about 8 codes for it being off. So ended up ordering a timing chain, and it took not too long to get here, but in the meantime I'd been working on the Tucson and the Toyota Avalon, so this kind of got put in the back burner. But now I need to finish this because the Mustang clutch went out on me when I was on my little vacation. So now I need a reliable car. I'm waiting on parts for the Mustang clutch, so I might as well do the timing chain in this car. I have the parts, and in the last episode I showed you guys that I was able to basically get the valve cover off, all the pulleys off, but I just wasn't able to get far enough because I didn't have all the parts. I didn't realize that I needed to seal from here and to seal for the crankshaft. Thought it was all just kind of liquid gasket type of thing. Turns out it's not. It's only for the timing chain cover and the oil pan. So I got all those things now, and I've already started to kind of set this up so we can just start taking it apart. So the thing I want to do next is I have to take off the oil pan to be able to take off the timing chain cover. To take off the oil pan, I have to take off the AC compressor. So that's where we're going to start. Right now, I want to take off the AC compressor mount, and then take off the oil pan, and then kind of see what else I need to do. So I'm going to get started with that. See you guys in a bit.
Just another sunny day in Southern California. It's where the people came to play. Don't let them transform you. Come and see what you've been made.
All right, guys, it is a couple of hours later. That oil pan was not giving up. There was a lot of sealant on that thing. It was so hard to try to even crack it open. Eventually I got it. I do have to clean up the oil pan and the surface, flatten it out a little bit. I definitely nicked some things and bent the oil pan a little bit. Kind of bummed. Basically, this was bent pretty good. I've already kind of bent it back, but I can still feel there's a difference here. So I'm gonna have to hammer it out before I install it back on. But I'm not too worried about it. Should be fine. I still have to clean the undercarriage for this thing, but I don't think I'm gonna touch any of that. I have about an hour until dark. I want to try to get this timing cover off and see if I can redo this chain. So that is gonna be my goal for right now. Yank off this valve cover, which is only 2 bolts holding it on, and then I want to start tackling this timing cover. All the nuts and bolts should be loosened already. I think all I have to do is actually take them off and then pop this thing away from the block. So I'm gonna get after that. See you guys in a bit. All right, guys, it is a couple days later. It's actually Saturday. I ended up having to work at the salon yesterday, just doing a couple little things, hanging shelves, setting up a fridge, replacing one of the shampoo bowls we found out was leaking. Just a couple little things, odds and ends, but it ended up taking up the whole day. We got internet installed as well. It's a lot of little things, but I had to take the day off and kind of just focus my energy over there. But I'm back today. I ended up setting up the car already. I took everything back apart to where it was, I think, last when I was taping. I might have even taped putting it back together. I don't remember. But what I want to do right now is to actually clean the surface of the side of this engine. And then once it's clean, I want to install the timing chain and put the timing chain cover back on. So I think I'm going to focus on that as a whole right now. Is just basically the whole timing chain section, do that, and then I'll move on to other parts like the oil pan and so on and so forth. So anyway, I'm going to get started. It's already a little late. I got a late start today, but I do want to get after it. I want to try to finish this thing today. It's a lot of work and I have about 3 hours. So I'm going to grind hard. Hopefully it's all in here. Hopefully it starts today. See you in a bit. All right guys, it is about 2.5 hours later, maybe 2 hours later. It took quite a long time to clean up everything, set up everything, get it ready. Almost 6 right now. As you can see, the sun is going down. So I want to wrap this up. Unfortunately, this video is going to end short. This car is not going to get started, but I did get a lot done. I was able to get the new timing chain on. I cleaned all the surfaces really well. I ended up cleaning where the oil pan goes as well. I didn't show you that, honestly, just because I couldn't get a good angle, and I thought you probably got the hint by now. But what I want to do, since I have time, I'm waiting for this gasket to tack up a little bit. I want to get a little more solid, less liquidy and more gooey. So when I do the final squeeze, it really does create a nice seal. So they recommend about an hour wait time before torquing. I think probably I'm into like 20-ish minutes so far. So what I'm gonna do is throw in the valve cover along with the new gasket that I picked up, or the missus actually picked up for me. And I think you guys probably saw right here, I added a little bit extra of the sealant because from this lip to this lip, there's just a tiny little ledge, enough to create a small oil drip that always happens. So I wanna make sure that's not the case. So I just added a little ledge of gasket maker there, so hopefully that does not become the issue. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to throw this valve cover on with the new gasket and then probably torque down all of the sealant on the timing chain cover. And then after I get done with all that, I'll probably just wrap up for the evening, just because I don't think there's anything else I'll be able to get done before darkness. And I really think I'm going to be pushing my luck even reaching this. So I'm going to get started with that. Hopefully I get it done in time before the sun goes down and I can pack this whole thing up. And then next episode will definitely be the first start. I also got the clutch in for the Mustang. So shout out to Dale. I know Dale has been here probably since the absolute beginning of the channel. He joined because he liked my Mustang. So Dale, if you're paying attention, if you're watching, the Mustang's coming probably next episode, maybe the episode after, but we're putting in a sports clutch. And I got another little surprise, which I think is pretty cool. And I think I got a sweet deal on it, probably like a quarter of what it should be. Hopefully it works for a quarter of the price. We'll find that out in that episode. But anyway, I'm gonna get after this. Talk to you guys in a bit. All right, guys, it should be a fun week next week. I'm looking forward to it. So until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you again next time. Later, guys.